Good morning. It is Thursday, February 26th, and these are my trades for today. Coming into the market, I was really neutral. I know that Nvidia had good earnings from their earnings report last night, and we also had good unemployment numbers. However, I was thinking that, with the good earnings, as had happened before, there might be a sell-off because there would be sellers there that want to capitalize on the good numbers. And so, I was really waiting to see how the market digests this information rather than be married to a bias, which is what I always do. So I wanted to do something different today and be on observer mode. So my first trade was QQQ. So here I was waiting for reaction to the previous day high, but immediately saw that the buyers were, doing a sell-off, and this kind of, that made me think that, hey, maybe, we're gonna be bearish today instead of bullish. So, I went with my bearish narrative. But my mistake was this. I saw the break of the 5 minute low and immediately entered. This is me, like, just reacting emotionally and not really putting on my wait mode. And so I entered here and I immediately realized, like, oops, I made a mistake. And I exited here. Well, my target was previous day low, and you could see eventually it reached it at 10:01. And that was, all of these were lower lows, but my entry was wrong. And it hit the stop loss here where I exited. My better entry would have been here, that 947 candle, because that 947 candle was, what do you call that? Permission, you know? Like this was a confirmation, but this was permission because this is where the battle came in, and it would have gotten to my target and even lower. You see, there was also this battle here because these were key levels. So what it's showing me is that I need to trust my key levels and, not have like just these emotional entries and exits. So yeah, good lesson learned on this one. Um, so my trades today were mainly with SPY. Um, so after I reset from QQQ, and I'm really watching these two indices. I'm really just trying to learn them. It is really not about money right now. I'm just really falling in love with the process, but I have so much to learn. So here I saw that it was a clear break and a retest and a confirmation candle of the 5 minute low. I entered here because I knew I could trust this level and I put my target here. My mistake here was that I responded to these wiggles because these were all like consolidation, and it got to like low of day and then it went up, and then again this wick, it really made me nervous, so I exited for a small win. It was nowhere near my stop loss. As you can see, my stop loss was respected throughout, and I could have stayed, but I didn't. Now, this was exit one. And then I saw like, oh my goodness, it was gonna go down. So this is an emotional entry. Of course, like my stop loss there is not gonna be correct. So I got stopped out, exited here. And then this is another emotional entry because you know what? I just wanted to get to my previous day low, and that was I was married to my outcome. And these two are rule violations. And no, all of these were rule violations, but I just was emotional and done. But so I exited here. Small win, nothing to, nothing, but I already had like a big loss from my QQQ and then here. So that wasn't even a break even for me. But, I was like reflecting on it and watching it again. And I reminded myself that I do well with reclaims and to the downside, especially. And this was SPY. And over the last trades, I'm really understanding how it behaves. So when this candle appeared, I said that, okay, like this is the market telling me something. This is not me just being emotional. And I had a little bit more money left, so I just entered and I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna enter. I'll this time I'll respect my stop loss and just go. And it did. It did reward me. I exited here close to my 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. It went as low as here. This would have been a better exit, but I was okay. Um, uh, like I was like trying to uh protect my mental capital rather than squeeze every point. So I was very happy with my exit. So overall, my takeaway is that the market rewarded patience but punished my urgency. My thesis stayed consistent throughout the session, but what fluctuated was my emotional capital during consolidation. Um, it reinforced to me that CHOP is not new information and that staying the course, especially when higher time frame structure supports the trade, is where my edge lives. So I'm finding my edge and I'm getting more comfortable with my edge. And yeah, so I hope that your day was good. Thank you.